of accepting. Just 1 second. He popped up and then disappeared. Okay, never mind. Faisal, I can see you have a new face today. Did you have a did you have a facelift or plastic surgery? How are you? Yes, indeed. Yes. So what have you done all this time? Is it summertime in the Philippines now, or is it was that winter? I think we are in opposite. Someone else is coming to join us. I think there's a difference. You are in the southern hemisphere, right? So we're in the summer here. You probably were in what should be your winter or something like that, right? Faisal? Yes, but you are in the southern hemisphere, right? There we go. So the seasons are opposite, right? Here we're in the north hemisphere, and we're in the summer. You probably are in your late winter, I think. Yeah. I know. It's a tropical country, so this is typical thing, right? So it's either rainy or it's not rainy. So yes, I quite understand. Yes. So what have you done over this past few months, Faisal? What is that? Sorry. Oh, the good. Congratulations. Do you have the 2 doses or 1 dose or 2? Like most people, which is excellent. Excellent. Good job.
Which one you got? Which one you got? Pfizer, Moderna?
I know I know I forgot the name of the vaccine, but it's one that goes to most of the southeastern countries, South Asian countries. They taking is neither one of the ones we have here in Canada. Yes, I remember that. Let me just stop a little bit and say hello to the 2 folks that came on board. Suddenly, Vanessa, would you like to show yourself and say hello to people? Vanessa.
Hello, everyone.
Hey,
I'm trying to turn on the camera.
I know. I had technical difficulties at the beginning. For some reason, I don't know. I think I forgot how to do these things. I spent 3 months without having to deal with setting up meetings and stuff. So there we go. So I quite understand. No worries. Let me just move on to Marcelo, because hi, Marcelo. It's been some time now.
Hi. Yeah. But sometimes that I don't appear here.
Yeah. So you're outdoors, right? So you are in a balcony, or where are you?
I'm in a balcony. Actually, I'm working today. I'm a firefighter, and also, so I'm here in my work today.
Oh, right. Oh, where do you live again? Sorry, I forget.
I see. I live in Niterói, Rio de Janeiro.
Oh yeah.
Quite next to Icaraí.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, I live in Bairro de Fátima, which is a residential, like, house with houses. I don't know, because in Niterói there are many buildings, but this neighborhood where I live has a lot of houses and stuff like that.
As I could notice a few greens around you, the green areas around you. It looks like there's a hill there, and there must be a park somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, because here behind me, let me show you.
You have to turn your camera.
Is some, yeah. Let me. I can't find where, but.
Okay, there's your balcony. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Here's a can you see like a big box over there?
I can see big boxes.
Yeah, no, like a reservatory over there.
Oh, I can see like a white wall. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Like that is a water reservatory. It's
Oh,
from
that's very
the
nice.
it's from the Águas Niterói, which is a company that treats water and dejects in Niterói. I don't know.
And what is it to see behind those walls? It looks like a trail. Is that a trail there? No.
No, it's a how can I say? It's a way, like a street. Don't know.
Oh, it is a street. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Like
yeah.
for cars and
for
stuff.
cars and stuff like that.
Okay. It looks like a rural sort of road, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But it's very
No,
nice.
no,
It's very nice to
actually
have all
here,
this green around you. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, here is it's next to the downtown. You see the
Wow.
city over there, building, and
That's very nice. My sister, she lives in Santa Rosa, right? Santa Rosa, and I'm just mixing up languages here. And she, the only green area she has close to her is the big space that I have between Icaraí and Santa Rosa, Campo de São Bento. You know, she used to go there, but it is always crowded with people. And she
it's
told
a
me
park.
that she prefers to walk all the way to the beach, and when she wants to walk, and she walks along the beach there because there are fewer people. Yeah,
I do the same actually.
you do, eh?
Yeah, I know Santa Rosa. I live close to Santa Rosa actually.
Oh, you do? All right.
Yeah, no. I can go over there walking.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very good. It's close by the beach. Let me move on to Vanessa, because we were trying to speak to her, and then there was no image. Now I see two of you, Vanessa. How come? There's a Vanessa image. There's a Vanessa sound. Sorry about that. Sorry for the joke.
Okay. I live in São Gonçalo, so I know every place that you were talking about. Santa
Is it the first
Rosa,
time you come to?
Icaraí.
Is it the first time you come to this group? No, I think you came
No.
here before, right? No, it's not the first
Yes, I
time, right?
came.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
Okay. Sorry.
not the first time.
There we go. So, what have you been doing over the past 3 months?
I am studying because here is not the, how can I say it? We are not on vacation, so
Yes.
everything
So,
is normal.
so instead of saying I'm studying, you actually in English should say I've been studying.
Yes.
Okay, because
Right.
I'm studying means something that you're doing just sort of now, but if you're doing this over this period of time, you need to connect the past and then now. So we have to say I've been studying instead. Okay, that's how we say that in English. And that's great. So you've been studying all this time, and what else have you been doing? I mean, I know we study. It takes a lot of time, but what else have you been doing?
For now, just it. I've been, how can I say, giving classes to children. I think it's
You
just
do.
it.
That's interesting. Which age group?
How can I say it? Around 5 years.
Well, 5-year-olds. Okay, so these are preschoolers.
Yes.
So they're not at school yet.
Yes.
They only go to, say, daycare or something. Is it?
I'm sorry?
I was asking if these 5-year-olds, they are preschoolers, which means they're not in school yet.
Yes. That's it.
I have to
They
excuse
are
myself for.
starting.
Sorry, I have to excuse myself for 1 second, because the connection I'm using is not very stable, so I have to change to another one. I had this problem last week when I was having a French meeting. Just give me 1 minute and I'll be back, okay? You guys can talk among yourselves. Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi, Muhammad.
Hello,
Hello, Faisal.
yes, you may call me Faisal only. Hello, Marcelin.
Faisal.
Yes, Eric and Vanessa.
Hello.
So, are you ready to travel right now? Because you already took the 2 shots. Now you can travel.
Yeah, hopefully I can
But
travel again.
by the way, are you from Iran, right?
From Indonesia, exactly.
Because because yeah, Muhammad, I thought you are from Middle East. Yeah,
Yeah, similar. Yeah, fortunately, I'm from Indonesia, Eastern country.
but it's good. You have a beach around you.
It's such a beautiful country, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay, probably let me
I've
turn my
seen some
camera.
photos.
you don't have blizzards as we have here.
Oh, yes, this is me. Before it is my fake.
The beautiful beach, coconut water, just
Yes, yeah, people know my country only Bali.
Bali.
Yes, actually, we have many beautiful places in Indonesia.
yeah.
Are there many islands over there?
Yeah, we have many
No?
island in here. It is.
One English.
Well, what's
I,
time there right now? Sorry,
Pardon?
what's timing is Indonesia right now?
Right now, 25 minutes past 8 p.m.
Uh, Okay, so 11 hours from Canada or from Montreal. Yeah,
Yeah, 11 hours. Yes, that's right.
11.
And
Okay.
anyway, where you from, Eric?
I'm from Brazil, but I live in Canada
Oh,
since
nice.
2010. So I've been here more than 11 years.
Oh,
But I live in a French province.
yes, Canada, yeah. Wow, I hope I can go there someday.
Yeah.
I'd like to. Which province do you usually live?
Me, I live in Quebec,
Quebec.
in
Quebec is
Montreal.
close to the northeast of USA, right?
Yeah, the border is about 30 minutes from here.
Yeah.
I've been New York by car. I've been in Washington by car, and other cities just close by here. Even
Yeah.
Burlington, Plattsburgh. I've been by car.
Oh,
When
quite nice.
the dollar, U.S. dollar in Canadian dollar was 1 by 1. I remember going to US just to make some groceries. So I remember going to US 3 times just to do the groceries
Yeah, yeah.
because it's
Yeah,
cheaper. Yeah, there.
yeah. I believe that go to New York to buy groceries, you can buy, I don't
No,
know. No,
no,
no, no.
I was the state of New York, but the city was Plattsburgh. Is
Ah,
100 kilometers from here. But there are other cities close by. But can I say the biggest? No, it's not the biggest, but it's a major city close here to Montreal. It's Plattsburgh. It's around
Plattsburgh.
100 kilometers from here.
Yeah. I think it's not too far.
No, no, it's
Maybe.
not. No, no.
What's the maximum speed in the highway to get over there?
In US, I is 90 miles per hour. That I think is around 120 kilometers per hour. I think it's that. I don't remember. Oh, that's 110. 110 per hour. Yeah, 110. Yeah. And
Yeah.
here,
So
in Canada is 100. Yeah.
so
I know.
that's okay.
Yeah. And in France is 130.
Uh-huh.
It's great. And then I know that's in Germany. There is no limit. You can
Yeah, yeah.
run. Yeah.
That's the I forgot the name. I forgot the name. I've been there actually.
Nice.
I rent a car and I took one of these highways and it was amazing. But my car wasn't that speedy, you know.
Yeah.
It was how can I say? It was like a Duster from Brazil.
Buster.
Duster, that car from Renault.
Okay.
The Duster, Brazil. The car is similar that I rent.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Actually, I rent an Audi, but they didn't have that at the time, so they offered me the Renault like
Yeah.
to compensate highly.
At least you save your money in the gas.
Yeah. And it's amazing to the car it was like shrinking in my hand. No, sorry, like trembled in my hand because I tested the car up to 160 kilometers per hour
Right.
and the car started to tremble and I scared about that. But
Where you are from, Marcelino, anyway?
Where I'm from?
Yes.
Sorry, Faisal? Can you
Yeah.
repeat?
Where you live, I mean.
I'm from northeast of Brazil, Pernambuco, but I live in Rio de Janeiro, Niterói City. It's a neighboring city from Rio de Janeiro,
Wow, nice.
and I live here since 2010.
Oh, Rio de Janeiro,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's close. It's a city close to Rio de Janeiro. It isn't actually Rio de Janeiro. The city.
So you and Eric are from same country, aren't you?
And Vanessa too.
Yeah, and Vanessa as well.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's right.
Well, actually, Vanessa lives in a city close to the city I live.
Hmm.
It's by the city I live. It's actually the next city. I mean, yeah, it's like I think in a line. So you have Rio de Janeiro, the city of Rio de Janeiro. The next one is Niterói, which is the city I live, and the next one is the city Vanessa's
Oh,
lives.
But to go to Niterói, you need to cross the bridge, but not São Gonçalo, right?
Yeah. To go to Niterói, we need to cross the bridge, the Rio Niterói bridge. With this bridge has 13 kilometers. So you cross the bridge, get to Niterói, then you get to São Gonçalo, which is the Vanessa city.
oh yeah. Anyway, sorry, I need to turn off my camera for a while. Yeah, my network
Okay.
sometime down.
No problem.
Okay. Yes, so we can continue without the camera. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, Eric and everyone here, we've never met.
Yeah.
Right. The last time I saw you, Eric, in French class. Yeah.
Yeah, I take the English. Oh, French class also. Yeah. So I think it's good to practice. You.
Sorry, guys, I need to go now. See
Okay.
you
See you,
soon.
Marcelo.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
I think they were fired somewhere in Niterói, so he needed to go because he's a firefighter.
Yes. I joined. However, I don't speak French at all.
But if you started, just you need to practice. No, you need to just do the first step.
Yes.
And by the way, I'm starting to learn in German.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. If for me, actually, I'd like to learn about Russian.
Russian, yeah. I just know спасибо, привет,
Привет, yes.
здравствуй. Das vidania. You know?
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
good. It's good to live in, I think, in Montreal, Toronto, because you meet people from all around the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can speak some small word like that in other languages. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yes.
So
How long you been living there anyway, Rick?
yeah, about 11 years, 11 years, 11 and a half years in, yeah, here in Montreal.
Oh, 11 years, so long, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
How how about the first time you came there? So how did you feel it?
I feel it home because at the time, because I started to learn French in 2008, and I used to learn it, everything that any kind of French book. Was just reading every Quebec documentary I was watching. So when I came here, I didn't see anything weird for me. Okay, I got used to that because I was used to watch a lot of documentary and a lot of things about Quebec and Montreal. It, anything was weird for me because I got used to, you know.
Yeah. So
But
you,
the
uh
the only thing that was bit weird for me was the Quebecer accent because I studied French from France. So and until today, I have a difficulty to understand Quebecers.
Quebecers.
I Yeah, Quebecers. I don't have a problem to understand the French from France, the French from France, but the French from here is a little bit different.
Right. Yes, Canada is a big country, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
where in Canada you live in, Rick? Montreal.
when I
Mon-
live in Montreal. I live
oh, Montreal.
in a borough that we call Angus. It's
Mm,
not so far from Botanic Garden. Not so far. If you check in Montreal in a Google Maps, you can put a Angus shop, and you're gonna see the neighbor where I live.
Montreal, yes. Yeah, hopefully
Yeah.
one
I'm sorry.
day. Yes,
Have
Well,
Vanessa.
you met Kleber in person?
I don't hear you, Vanessa.
Have you met Kleber in person?
No, no, no,
Does
no. Because
he live there?
Clever, he lives close to Toronto, so it's about 6 hours, six hours from here. So yeah, no. But I started to hang out and meet this doing this meeting. Uh, Maybe I started to do that, or maybe I think it was on May. I don't remember. I think I started to do this meeting on May. So I don't even know Kleber for 3 months. Yeah, 3 or 4 months. Yeah, but I need to go to Toronto. I need city close to Toronto in November because my friend he's doing a baby shower. So he lives in Toronto, but he's gonna do some events in a city that we call Cambridge. So I will be in Cambridge in November to my friend's baby shower. But I'm thinking to get the train Montreal to Toronto because I have a 2 years old boy, and it's a long trip for him to me to go by car. So it's better to go by train because he can run a train, he can do whatever he wants. So it's more comfortable for him. And it's 1 hour less because if I get my car, it's 6 hours. But I need to stop every 1 hour. But by train, it's 5 hours. You can do that. And my friends, he lives in now. He just moved. He lives in Mississauga, so he works in downtown, so he can get me on the train station, and we can go to Cambridge.
So Eric, Cambridge is a good 2 hours from Toronto still. So be prepared, because if you say you're a young kid, so you have to be sitting in the car for another 2 hours after the train trip. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Kleba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi,
Kleba.
Faisal.
Anyway, can I share the link?
You want to share the link? Yes, of
Yes.
course. Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. I was sitting here all along, and I was just listening to you guys speaking. Because this time around, I'm doing like I used to do in the old days, when I would just quiet down, turn off my camera and let you guys talk, so I can sort of listen to what you guys were saying and observing the way you're saying things. So at the end of the meeting, I could give you a few tips on how to express yourself better. And while I was listening, as usual, I take notes, because I cannot trust my memory. I will never remember everything you guys said. So I took a few notes of sentences that I hear here and there. And I'll take advantage of this last few minutes to just to comment on the things you said. Okay.
Excuse me, Clever. You said that I hear or that I heard?
I beg your pardon?
You said the sentence that I hear or the sentence that I heard?
Oh, I use the word here because I usually do that. So I'm saying this in something that I usually do. Okay. But of course, now I heard some sentences. Yeah, I use in the context of what I usually do. That's why I use here. Okay. So I'll just make generic comments, and if you want to write it down or do whatever, or maybe keep it in your mind. So it's just a way of helping you express yourself better in the language. So there was a comment on Indonesia being an East country. Is actually a South Asian country. Okay. And when you say East, you don't know what you're referring to, but South Asian, that's how we refer to the countries that are in South Asia. So we got India, and we got Indonesia. So it's South Asian, and that's a note for Faisal that mentioned that. And there was a sentence I heard here as well. I think it was you, Eric, that was saying, "I'm living in Canada since 2010." You can actually say that in English, right? Because you need to connect past and present, and "am living" does not do the trick, right? I know in Latin language you can express yourself like that, but instead of saying "I'm living in Canada since 2010," what is the right way of saying that?
Have you been living?
I've been living.
I've been
Yes,
living.
that's right.
Yes.
It's natural that people forget these things, but they have to say "I've been." And there's another thing that was saying. Somebody said,
I noticed when I said I noticed.
No worries. It's automatic. I'm just trying to do it like a reminder, and other people who are listening to what you're saying or what everybody's saying, and also so they know that the correct way of saying that. And you said something about I've been in New York many times. You can say that, but it's very common for people, English speakers, to say I've been to New York. So to is common. To say to, immediately it says that you were there and came back. I've been to. Right, so to is the most common preposition I use. And there was a comment on the value of the Canadian dollar. They would say it was 1 by 1. It's actually 1 to 1. When you compare the states, the preposition uses 2, 1 to 1. 2 indicates that you're comparing two things and putting them on the same level, and say you compare. It's like this or like that. So it's 1 to 1. So you ever talk about currencies, it's say the exchange rate is something to something else. Okay, like I think the exchange rate between the Canadian dollar and the Brazilian real now is 1 to 4, if I'm not mistaken.
4.1, I think.
Yeah, roughly 1 to 4. You understand roughly, Vanessa? Roughly? Do you understand the word roughly?
No.
Do you understand the word roughly? Roughly is like is another word for approximately. Roughly. Okay, do you want me to write it down on the chat? Do you want me to write down the word on the chat? Can you write it down, Eric, for her on the chat? Roughly?
Yeah, sure.
Roughly.
Roughly. Yeah.
Right, 20 minutes.
The opposite of soft like that, Kleber?
No, roughly means approximately,
Approximately.
more or less.
Oh,
No, no, not
ROVE,
really,
yeah.
not really, not really. Let me just roughly. Thank you,
Right.
Eric. That's the right word. Roughly. Yeah.
Very
Okay.
good.
Okay. So there was another thing about yes. I think you were talking to. I think it was Marcelo. I was telling us that he's been to Germany, and or he was in Germany at one point in time, and he was talking about. Yes, he's saying the maximum speed in the highways so and so. We don't usually refer to that. You refer to the speed limit. So the speed limit of the roads in Germany is so and so. I mean, there are no speed limits there. That's everybody knows it. The highways there are no speed limits. And I think he was saying it's too bad he's not here because he will be able to, to maybe some of you can share this with him privately. And he was talking about the car was not speedy. Actually, the word we use is fast. Was not fast enough, or was not, that I think that was the idea. He was saying the car was not fast enough for those roads. The car he rented was not fast enough for those roads. And and there was a comment on that the car was economical, and someone said, so you saved money in the gas, and actually the expression says on gas. You save something on gas. Okay, so that's how you say it. There's another thing about I think it was Marcelo was explaining where his town is, and he was saying is a neighboring city of Rio de Janeiro. Is a neighboring city to Rio is okay, but there are different ways of saying the same thing. He could have said it's in the suburbs of Rio, or it's in the outskirts of Rio, or he can say it's in the greater Rio. Like you have, Eric, in the greater Montreal, we have the greater Toronto, so we have the greater Rio as well. Okay. The other thing is, I think it was a question from Vanessa, or is a comment from you, Vanessa, that I don't think people heard that because they were in the middle of a conversation, but I did hear what you said. Because Marcelo was saying that you have to drive along a bridge that connects Rio and Niterói, but there's another way of commuting between the two cities. And Vanessa mentioned the boat. You can take the boat. Actually, the specific word for that, Vanessa, this little ship that goes between two places frequently. What do you call it, Eric? Is a boat or ship that goes between two places frequently.
Shuttle is you take the bus, you take the shuttle.
Yes, shuttle are for buses and planes.
Shuttle and planes.
It's a ferry.
Ferry.
Ferry. Just ferry. You can call it ferry boat, or it's just ferry. Okay. Ferry is fine. Okay, that's the word. That's what you take when you go to Rio. You can either take the bridge or you can take the ferry. Right. Okay. So there was another thing.
But I think you can say commute, right?
Commute is just a word that indicates that you're going from home to work and back. That's all it means. It doesn't necessarily mean how you're doing it. Some people commute by car. Some people commute by train. Some people commute by ferry. Right. So commute is just the idea of going from home to work and then back. Okay. So and there was one. This is more on the enunciation side of things. Sometimes we say things too quickly and we don't hear certain things. It's best that you guys try to enunciate, meaning pronounce the words in the word. Sorry, the sounds in the words, because they could if you don't know the context, you may not understand quite what you're saying. So it's something that I think you said, Eric, to say you need to. You're talking about. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but you meant to say you need to practice. You said it very quickly. Practice. It sounds like PARACTS. Practice. It's not practice. It's practice. There's an I there. Practice. it's very important that it's there so people don't understand exactly what you're saying. Out of a context, in a context people don't understand, it's fine, but it sounds like it's mispronounced. So practice, right? So yeah, this is something that Faisal said, and he said that he's interested in languages, and he said, I'd like to learn about German. That's really not the way you say that. Can someone correct the sentence? I'd like to learn about German. What's the right way of saying that? I'd like to learn.
I'd like to study German.
No, learn is fine. I'd like to learn. The problem here is about. You don't learn about that language. If you're actually trying to learn in the sense that you're gonna be able to use it, you say, I'd like to learn German. I'd like to learn Russian. I'd like to learn. It was not German. I think he mentioned Russian or something. Anyway,
yeah,
but
Russian.
you learn a language. So learn German, learn French, learn Arabic, not learn about.
Without the preparation.
If you say you're learning about a language, it means that you're reading about it. You're trying to find the culture, and that is not that you're trying to speak. Okay, there's a difference here. So if you say you want to speak German, you say learn, not German, Russian. Learn Russian. Understand the difference? There's a subtle difference between the two. Okay?
Yes.
So right. if you actually taking a course in a language, you are learning the language. So if you're taking a course in French, you're learning French. In Russian, you're learning Russian. Not learn about. Okay. There's a couple of things more. Yeah. So I think it was you, Eric, that was saying you were talking about your first days in Montreal, and you say something about I was used to see something. It's kind of a mix there. If you're talking about something that it was one of your habits in the past, you say used to, not am used to. Used to. So I used to see, and after I used to use I used to see, which is fine. The last part was fine.
But
I thought
sorry to interrupt it. I studied some things about grammar, and I studied that we can say I would for the habits too. I would what?
Good point.
Can use it.
Good point. Used to is a long sentence, and naturally, native speakers is not going to be. If you're describing something that happened in the past that you used to do, you're not going to be spending the whole sentence saying, "Oh, I used to play with my friends. I used to go to the park." They don't do that. They generally start off the just to give context. They start the conversation with "I used to." When I was a kid, I used to play with my friends, and he would continue like this. We would go to the park. We would play football. We would understand.
Yeah.
Used to is generally to open, to give the context, or what you're going to be talking about, right? And then they continue with would. And generally, they would not say would. They would contract it. So when I was a kid, I used to play with my friends, would go to the park, would play football with. It's natural for native speaker to say that.
And,
but it's would. You're right. It's would. It is would.
And the contraction of used to, they say used to. I used to, blah, 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 blah.
Some people say that. It's generally used to, but people just make it more vocal and say with.
Yeah, with schwa.
It's very common that some Americans do that. I haven't seen many Canadians do that, but used to. It's like it's a single word. Used to.
Yeah,
I used to.
You call schwa, right? You call schwa.
Yes, it's for those of you who don't know what schwa is. It's just it's a neutral sound that we have in English, and you find it in a lot of words. So you have to get used to it, because that's what I just said. Get used to it, right? Because it's very, very common. It's the sound you hear in words such as ago. It's not a go, but it's ago. 2 years ago, ago, right?
You got it.
Yeah, got it. Yeah, there's another one. the trick is when the word is not important in the sentence, generally the strong sound it has in isolation becomes very weak in the sentence. For example, if you want to emphasize that you have to do something, you can say, I must go. But very rarely you hear native speakers saying that. They say, I must go. I must go. It's very natural for them to say. Or you don't say, oh, I should have done that. They wouldn't say that. They say, I should have done that. Should is the neutral sound, and they put it together. Should have instead of have becomes a and becomes should have done. Okay.
The Beastie Boy, the Beastie Boy music, the Beastie Boy music. Wouldn't it be nice? Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So it's very natural. It's something that's common to all languages. You try to make easier to speak words, speak sentences naturally. If you say all these unimportant, that not important words in a sentence, people understand what you say. So why do you have to say it, to enunciate everything, right? So these people say, you should have done that. Oh, you must have done that. So the negative also becomes like that. So just try to get used to that. It's a very, very common sound in English. And many people miss things people are saying just because they don't understand the sound that exists. But it's very, very common. Okay. And I have one last one here. Yeah, that's for you, Eric. That you said, I have a difficulty to understand Quebecers. Not a difficulty, I have difficulty. Difficulty is what we call in English an uncountable noun. So there's no article there. I have difficulty. Or it even sounds a bit formal when you say that. Or it's more common for people
Hard
instead
time.
of saying I have a hard time. I have a hard time. I have a hard time doing that. Yeah, exactly. Even though time is uncountable, but in this case, in this sentence, in this phrase specifically, they use oh, I'm having a hard time understanding that. Okay, that's something like that. These are my comments. It took like a good. I'm glad I started. So
Thank you.
It took a lot of time for me to. These are just.
Thank you, Kleber.
I hope this helps you guys with your conversation, and not only for you to express yourselves in a way that is closer to a native speaker, but to help you understand English movies. I don't mean English from England, movies in English, you see, because that's how they speak. Okay, so and these things, this schwa sound is there all the time. You may miss, and you realize another thing that when you listen to movies, right? So sometimes there are words that are dropped there. For instance, the pronoun I very often is dropped in conversation because you understand that the person is talking about herself, him or herself. For instance, you can say like that. People will say in an informal conversation, they'll say, I like that. They say, like that. That means I like that. It's very, very common to drop.
Yeah.
When you realize that people don't understand what you're saying, that you're talking about yourself, and you just sometimes you drop pronouns too, okay, or articles. For instance, the article the is very often dropped. If you hear people telling jokes, the article is never there. For instance, I can start a joke like this. Guy goes into a bar. Guy goes into a bar.
And,
what I meant to say is this guy goes into a bar. But it's very common for native speakers to say guy goes into the bar. They understand this. They're talking about this specific person. So you don't have to use it.
Got it, C2. Got it. I heard. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
When the people say, got it.
Yeah, exactly. But this is more. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, there we go. Yes, got it.
Yeah. Oh, I gotcha.
Some people say got it. Some people say gotcha as well. Gotcha. And it's a funny thing that between T's and Y's, sometimes the sounds of the last letter may change as a native, because it's much simpler to say, instead of saying got you, it gets stuck in the tongue when you say that. So that becomes a ch, gotcha. which means got to you. And the ch at the end is that very weak sound I told you. Is a schwa, gotcha. But some people, they make it longer, especially some North Americans, they say gotcha, but it's not cha, it's gotcha, which is you, that became a weaker sound. Okay. There are plenty of examples of that in informal speech. And then people are talking to one another, they just drop sounds and they just change stuff. Another one that comes to mind is there are sounds that actually change. For instance, when you have, I was thinking of an example here. When you have an S, the letter S, and you have a Y after, somehow this weird things happen just before Y. I don't know why, but this is normal. I think it's because of the tongue. But if you say this year, okay, you will notice a native speaker never said this year, because it gets stuck in the tongue. It's difficult for the tongue to move from one position to the next. Okay, instead of saying this year, they say this year. It becomes zh. This year. I'll meet you this year. It's very common. It's because of the natural flow of the tongue. It becomes this year. Okay, so it's some just for you. Next time you listen to a film, movie in English, just pay attention to those little things, how these sounds change in the middle of a sentence. It's not because the native speaker doesn't know his own language. It's because it's a natural thing that happens to the mouth when you're speaking. It's very difficult to go from this to year and go this year. Now I'm thinking, is it a G or a she sound this year? Because I usually say that it's this year. I'll see you this year. We do something this year. We never say this year. No, that never happens. Okay, so just pay attention to those little things of the English language, and then you become more and more fluent. Anyway, it's the time, and thank you so much for coming.
Can I ask
I had a great
question,
time
Kleber,
here again.
for a while?
Thank you.
Very quickly, yes.
Yes. Which one is correct, Kleber? You and I or you and me?
Depends. Okay, if you are very formal, you would say you and I. There's a question of formality, but people usually say in conversations you and me, and it's very common that people say, "Oh, my body and me did something." So this is grammatically wrong, but that's what they say in conversations all the time. Okay, me is used more often than I. Okay.
Evening songs,
Sorry.
evening music.
Yes, because music generally represents the informal language of conversations. That's why you hear they have a lot of liberty of writing what people say, right? But please don't write this in an exam. It's gonna fail you. Okay, don't write this. Just understand the context of things. We're already talking here is conversations. Okay, please don't write shoulda in an exam, because they will fail you right away. Okay, so just learn there's a difference between, like in any language, between what you speak and what you write. Okay, so what we're talking here is about natural conversations, what people usually say. That's fine, but don't do that, except if you are in a chat. People just write these things and they don't care really, but not in an exam, in a formal environment. Please don't do that. People will find it very weird that you do that. Okay. Anyway, thanks so much again for coming, and I look forward to
Kleber.
seeing you in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks from now. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you, Kleber.
Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So we end this session. Okay, see you everyone.